Okay, we can start by taking the three refuges and precepts. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Tutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adina dana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musa kamesu miccācara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Sura meraya majja pamadatthana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Silena sukhatingyanti, silena bhoga sampada, silena nibbuttingyanti, tasma silang visoddhaye. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Can you hear me? Yes, sir? Good evening. Today is Wesak Eve. And what was happening at Wesak Eve? At Wesak Eve, the Bodhisattva was practicing austerity, wasn't he? He has already given up fasting, eating very little, and then he was meditating under the Bodhi tree. So that was what was happening. Wesak, is there anybody around? Was there anyone around? Wasn't anybody around. No? He had 5 disciples. Correct? Can you remember the names? Kondanya, Samo? Asaji, yes. Reading Sun. What are the 5 disciples? Asaji, then? Yeah, then Samo? Mahanama. Anyway, there were 5 of them. They usually don't meditate together. They meditate individually. They have their own tree to meditate under the forest by the river. And in May, you probably won't have much water in the river. It's dry season. But there were a lot of devas watching. A lot of those unseen beings were around. They were watching. And especially Mara. Mara and his army were watching, waiting to disturb the Buddha. This fellow thinks he's going to get enlightenment. No way. So the whole army was trying to distract him. There were these daughters of Mara and all those things. And finally the whole army of Mara trying to disturb him, distract him, put fear. Of course the Bodhisattva didn't move. According to myth, according to legend or stories, when Mara attacked him, who was there to help him? Mother Earth. According to the story, Mother Earth took his long hair, squeezed the water out, and then he drowned the whole army of Mara. Is that true? I think it is more symbolical because it represented the Buddha at that time struggling when his middle finger, his finger, very important, touched the earth. Call it the asking the earth to witness. Buddha is meditating. The other one, the golden Buddha there, is it one finger touching the earth? Or is it also meditation Buddha? Can you see? Sujiva. One was touching the other. This is called posture of asking the earth to witness. Because the Maharaj says, I want to sit there. You cannot sit there. I want to sit there. So he says, ask the earth to witness. Mother Earth knows how much paramis I have built, how much karma I've accumulated, all the years, lifetimes of Parami building. In the Jatakas, he talk of 500 past life. That's the Jatakas. And when that happened, Amara couldn't contest. He lost. Because one of the strongest force in nature is karma. Remember? When King Milinda asked about Mahamoggallana, you know Mahamoggallana? When he died, how did he die? He was clobbered to death by robbers. Yeah? And the king asked, how come that Mahamoggallana, with all his psychic powers, can be clobbered to death by robbers? That was his karma. You know the story, isn't it? Because every time the robbers come, he knows. He just disappeared. He couldn't find out. They couldn't find him. Then he tried again and again. Finally, he was thinking, why these people are so persistent? Then he looked into his own karma, and he found that his karma was ripe. You know, Mahamoggallana in the past life, he killed his parents. And because of that, he went to hell. When he went to hell and came out, his skin was still dark. You know, Mahamoggallana has dark skin. No? That's why in the Sri Lankan images, you have two disciples, Sariputta and Moggallana. Moggallana, they painted his skin blue. You know? You see in the Sri Lankan temple. Is there a Sri Lankan temple here in Malacca? Adika. Tada. This Sekayin is supposed to be Sri Lankan temple, isn't it? Huh? Who started it? Ông Đeo Ing. Who started the Sekayin temple? Nobody started it. Your Nonya Baba Society, yeah. So who was the first monk there? There's a monk of Mangala, is it? Can you remember? I think he was Sri Lankan monk. Remember? I can't remember his name already. So he asked the question, why? Then the time Arahant Nagasena was answering, he said, in this world, when there are two powerful forces meet, one must give way. Because only one can win, take place. And there are these two powerful forces in the world. One is the idis, abhinyanas, the psychic powers from the deep concentration. The other one is karma. And these two meet, and one of them is supposed to give the result. No, one will be more powerful than the other. Then the karma will be more powerful. So, karma, even the psychic power, cannot stop. Karma is strong. It can delay the process, but eventually the karma will still win, be more powerful. That's why when Mahamoggallana found out his karma, he will have to die this way. So he let it happen. So they clobbered him because of his karma. But he didn't actually die yet, no. His body was shattered, but he was still managed to keep alive by his psychic power. So with the psychic power, he brought his body together. Because according to tradition, he must say farewell to the Sangha and the Buddha before he parinibbana. So he grouped his body together and went to pay respect to the Buddha and the Sangha, then he parinibbana. So what was I talking about? Huh? Yeah. Oh yeah, the Buddha's enlightenment, huh? And that's why when we touch the earth, it says, how much all the karma, the force of the karma came out. And then Mara cannot. Mara is a deva. So that's why in the time of your death or your time critical moment, you can also try to do that. By the power of my good karma, may I be reborn in a happy state. So you bring out all your good karma to help you at the moment of death. Yeah? Then you have a bit more chance. If you have not done any good karma, when my good karma happen, bad karma, it's like, this all the bad karma waiting for them like gorillas. Your good karma, a few monkeys there. Gorilla will hammer all the monkeys, then you just go to the wolf instead. It doesn't work. You have good karma. So Wesak Day. Now Wesak is supposed to be thrice holy day, isn't it? According to Theravada tradition, the birth, the enlightenment, and the parinibbana, they all occurred on the same day, Vesaka, full moon. Right? This represents the human life lived to the highest ideal. Yeah? Birth is not normal birth. It's a birth of human being, which is whole karma. But not just that. It's a birth, the last birth, because he's destined already to be a Buddha. And so it's the last birth with the highest degree of good karma, paramis. So it's not an ordinary birth, the last birth. So throughout until you get enlightenment, there's the culmination of the wisdom and compassion. So all the paramis will build up until that day. And so it's the development of the insight. The most important thing is that it is the insight. Enlightenment is insight, the wisdom faculty for the crossing over of samsara. Of course, for it to reach to this degree of parami building, it was because of the Mahakaruna, the great compassion. Yeah? Because of the great compassion to become a Buddha, Sama Sambuddha, so as to go, even though he could become an Arhat, he didn't want. He went on performing his paramitas until it's strong enough, until that Visakha day, full moon, manifested. Then the parinibbana is, because the death, you say death normally, but it's not death because it's not the normal death. The normal death, you die, you're reborn again, don't know where, depend on your karma. Here, there's no more rebirth. It's just nibbana and peace. The result of all that striving is the complete peace. Here it's not, it's a Mahaparinibbana, the great cessation. The result that he has been striving for himself and for others. Understand? Is this too boring for you? No. If I feel boring, I sleep. Maybe I should talk Abhidhamma instead. Recently in the retreat in Taiwan, I was talking Abhidhamma because everybody started talking Abhidhamma everywhere. So I started talking Abhidhamma. I asked them, have you heard about Abhidhamma before? Some yes, where you listen. Some people give YouTube, give Zoom, voila. I used to attend something. So I test them, see whether they know anything. Some of them, they know something. You talk about Cetasikas and they know Cetasikas. What's the translation for this Cetasika? I mentioned, where I talk all Mandarin, all Sipusi language. Yeah, they can mention it, the translation. So I give, because not everybody knows, so I started giving some basic ones, because it's helpful in the practice, so that I don't talk of certain mental states and they know what I'm talking about. So I talk 7 universals, 6 particulars in a very simple way. Abhidhamma kindergarten, standard 1. Page 1. Tingsan was there. Of course, Tingsan understands everything now because he heard it so many times before. Correct, Tingsan? Mandarin, supposed to say. First time Mandarin. So you understand. Some say, I hear until my brain going to burst. Some say they understand, but deeper than what anybody else they have heard. I said, I don't think so. I just say the simple, direct, practical things. So I thought you all listen to so much Dhamma talk, so this is boring for you. No. So the main thing about this is, first I talk of birth. It's a parami, the base. Why some people can't meditate? They progress fast. Some people they meditate, no progress, so slow. Like one of those small ants trying to climb Mount Everest. That's what once somebody said, I'm so slow in my progress, I'm one of the small ants trying to climb the mountain. I said, never mind the small ants, just keep climbing. When I first started meditation, when I meditate, I always dream I was riding my bicycle. For me, it was not a big Mercedes-Benz, or big Honda, Ducati. It was a bicycle. But still, I keep cycling now, I still get somewhere. In my mind, my vehicle is the bicycle, because I never learned to drive a car. Finally, I drive motorcycle, 50 cc. An old time, the one you start the engine using the electricity, you press the button, You, everybody listen, you go scared. Stop it, I can't stand it. There was later my brother bought me a bigger bike, Max. I drove the Vespa. Was how many cc? Don't know, Vespa. Funny, the Vespa is, the head is light, the back heavy. So I cannot go so fast the head will come out. So I never, in my dreams, I never driven a car. Because I never drove a car. Only once I dreamt I was driving a car. I never drive a car in my life. So only once. So the vehicle moving. So the aim is you must have the basic potential and power. You must have enough good karma. The good karma will help you in this life, and the good karma will help you in the next life, and the good karma will help you in the future lives. It's your spiritual bank account. Some have bank millionaire, some have spiritual millionaire. Why? Because depending on the karma. See, parami, what does parami mean? Parami means good karma that help you to cross samsara. The basic power behind potential in your mind. Parami also you see different types because of different type of good karma. Good karma in dana, generosity, enough money, rich, wealth, and so on, and other things all connected with it. That's why some people, they have enough money, they don't have to work, they can go for retreat whole life. Right. You earn a lot of money, I can go for retreat, no problem. If no money, how are you going to go for retreat? Can you shave your head and you go, You mean shortcut. Not all is lost. But if your panya parami, wisdom faculty in paramita building, is not enough, your progress will also be slow. You have a lot of supporters, you have a lot of money, you want to meditate, you got time to meditate, you got kanti parami, you got patience, you got energy, all that, but no wisdom faculty, very low wisdom faculty. So everything, you got a lot of cheerleading, you got strength, you got muscle, come on, you can do it. Because the wisdom battery, the lamp, wisdom is like a lamp, it's very small. To find your way very difficult. There's a lot of obstacles. So you must have a lot of panya parami, wisdom faculty, and especially in vipassana, those wisdom connected with meditation. The good karma connected with meditation, vipassana meditation, that one. That's why a number of people, they can't meditate and they progress very fast. Some people they meditate, they progress in concentration very fast. But the insight is a bit slow. But some people, the concentration, okay, not so bad, okay, but the insight potential very good. Pop, pop, pop. They do vipassana, they progress very hard. Because some people, they do samatha, they progress fast, but vipassana very slow. And some people, vipassana very fast, concentration slow. So different parami. So this parami is accumulated throughout lifetimes. So now we are in the Buddha Sasana period, and you have the opportunity to practice vipassana and do vipassana or karma. Make the best use of it. When you can't meditate, you don't say, if I don't get enlightened, I won't practice. That doesn't make sense. No? You don't know whether you get enlightened or not. Anyway, you need that karma, parami, to do it. That's what I mean by birth. Birth of who? Birth of somebody, yes, but somebody with good parami. So you have more chances to experience the Nibbana, or the highest peace. If not, then something close to it. At least something that take you to the happy state in the next life. Strong, good karma. And you do vipassana karma, then you strong, good karma connected with vipassana. That means you were born in a place where there is vipassana. For example, your parents and relatives, they meditate. So the moment you born already, you see people meditating. Like Ong's grandson, the boy, they come and ring the bell. Yeah? What's his name? Apa nama dia? Charming. Is it? Charming. Charming. You got an opportunity to come to center here, see people meditate. So ask him, bila you nak datang meditate? Too young. But the opportunity is there. Who knows, when you meditate, it looks like a bright fellow, bright mind. And then when you meditate, you go ahead. So, now when you talk enlightenment, you talk about the realization, the wisdom faculty. Now, how do you develop the wisdom faculty? What is this? Susan, is there? Passion fruit? Oh, yeah, just like it. So today I'm going to talk a bit about some basic conditions for arising of wisdom faculty. One is 8 conditions for wisdom. That was 8 conditions for patisambhida, intuition. One is patisambhida, one is panya. What's the difference? Both are come under panya, wisdom faculty. Faculty of understanding. The first one is the progressive age, a period. Two types of progressive. One is the times, era, times. There are certain times and periods which are suitable for development of wisdom. That means the conditions are there where you can get those conditions. Like for example, for enlightenment realization, it should be at the age, a period where there are the Buddha's teachings. The Buddha teachings only come at certain periods. Not all the time we get Buddha's teachings. So we are fortunate that we are able to find our birth here in the age of the Buddha's teachings. Another explanation is the age of the person. There's a certain age, after a certain age, it's a maturity of mind, and then the wisdom can arise, deep wisdom. Because when the mind is not mature, like small children, it's not so easy because certain instructions given, they cannot understand. Although some children which are more higher potential, they can understand. Some children, they are already big, 15, 16, 17 years old, still like children, jump. Whereas some, 10 years old, you can see their mind already quite matured, different. The age mature differently. That means you have the age where your mind is mature to receive instructions. And so the question is, what age is suitable for a person to be a monk? To be a young samanera, for example. The quick answer was given, I don't know who gave the answer, is that he's old enough to listen to some instructions. That means enough to chase away crows. That means you ask the boy, when you have the farmer, when the crow comes, you chase, take stone and throw at the crows. He can take simple instructions, and then okay, he can become a young monk. At least they can tell him to sweep the floor. Another thing is, yes, is class. Class is more like the society you live in, a family and all those are people who are interested in the Dharma, who support you in the Dharma and so on. Not those that are against. Third is Paripuchaya, that is asking questions. That means when you know how to ask questions, you gain knowledge. You don't ask, you don't know. Usually Asians tend to be a bit shy in asking questions. Remember last time we have this, even now we have two immediate school. One last time it was this national schools which are based on the English language. Then the other one is the Chinese medium, based on Chinese medium. So you give a talk there, and then any questions? the English-speaking one say, yes, I have quiz question, all the hands come up, I will ask this, blah, 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 blah. And they answer. The Chinese one, nobody asks question. Come on. But what they do is, whatever you say, they write down everything. They copy down, very hardworking, copy, they take notes. So when they don't asking questions, you don't know whether they understand or not, no? How to clear doubts. Like one poet says, just learn from few questions. Why, where, what, who, how. See, these are my teachers. I ask these questions, so I learn, no? Who do you ask? Ask some knowledgeable people. Huh? If there's nobody around, who do you ask? You ask yourself. Ask your common sense. You find out. Asking questions. Third is dissociating with people with wrong views. That means you don't mix with people who are having wrong views, who are all mixed up, superstitions, all sorts of belief, and they tell you all sorts of nonsense. You eat this, you'll be okay. You try, you don't die, and okay, you know, you die, but who can help you? So who do you ask? You ask doctor. You ask who? First you ask Cikgu. Who do you ask? Ask Mr. Ong. Correct? Has anybody asked you questions? Yeah. Well, since he's no longer chairman, you ask Professor Koo. You can ask more than Dharma questions, you can ask him computer questions. Idea is to ask the right person and ask the right questions. Like last time, remember meditation. Sometimes people ask funny questions. And suddenly my hand here got a little bit of itch. Why? Suddenly my nose got a little bit of itch. Why? Suddenly I got this thought coming up. I'm going, I see my grandfather dead one. Why? I ask myself all these funny questions. So I ask them back the question, why is the sky so high? Why is the sea so deep? Why? They don't understand my reply. The idea is, you ask questions, you think it's important questions, relevant questions. The first thing I interview, you ask about question about your meditation, ask question about the practice. So that's what is important. You don't ask why India and Pakistan start fighting. Why you ask me this question? You go and ask them. Why Trump make this type of tariff laws? You ask him, why ask me inside Tatao? I'm not Trump. People ask me, monk ask me, why Saido Pandita talk about Vipassana Jhana? How come they are Vipassana Jhana? I said, why you ask me? Ask him. I didn't say that, he said that, you ask him. Must ask the right question. He said, yes, I will ask him. He never asked him. He died. So, ask questions. A lot of questions can be answered, because wisdom cannot wait. You get the right answer immediately, you have a problem. You have a problem. You may be stuck in something. Why no progress? If people ask me this question, I ask them first. Ask me, when did you start meditation? Some people, the day you come meditation, first interview is just the next day. Why no progress? I say, you just started lah. When you want to go progress? Just one day. So angry, no, why no progress? Young man, very impatient. Then I say, okay, I meditated for so long, then how many hours how often do you meditate? Half an hour once a week. You don't expect to quick progress macam itu lah. I meditate every day, like that, still no progress. Yes, what the progress you expect? Do you know some people progress, they don't know the progress. So to check in what they do. You watch rising, falling or not. You really try to watch rising, falling or not. You watch 1 or 2 times, feel nothing, boring, don't meditate. You never try. So you have to check in on your practice. When you check out on your practice, how they do, and so on, and then you can tell why they're stuck. 2 reasons, main reason. Not enough good karma, too much bad karma. That means you already got your method correct. Your method is correct. You make effort. By right, you should make some progress, isn't it? You got a car. You know how to drive. You go on the road, you should get you somewhere. So if you're going round and round, not getting anywhere, same place, why? You don't know where to go. Or your car has no petrol. Or somebody blocking you. Your defilements, your black karma is blocking your good faculties, spiritual faculties, and your good karma is pushing you forward. Sure, these are the basic conditions. No petrol, how to jalan? Cannot. Young Wee Chon, your car no petrol can run or not? Nowadays you electric car. But there is still power, a different power. No power can go. If a big traffic jam, can you move quickly? Can't boleh, because all traffic jam. What jam your mind? All your thinking, all your craving, anger, delusion, semua sangkut. Simple. Sometimes people are stuck. You just give them one word, one advice, immediately they progress. Because they didn't get the right technique, they're missing something in the technique. Or they don't see their fault. They don't see the fault. Like they got too much anger, too much craving. They cannot overcome it. So always the hindrances are there. And then the next one, as I said, is dissociate from wrong views. That means you mix with people who are wrong ideas, wrong telling one. They tell you, okay, nowadays, it's a common one. No? Sometimes last time monks will tell you that. Nowadays, it's more faster time. That means it's a period where it's on the decline. People nowadays cannot get enlightened. Okay? The time for enlightenment is quite gone. All you can do is good karma, and you just do some concentration meditation, that's it. You can do chant, Amita, Buddha, Buddha. You do some metta, metta, metta. Very good. You do vipassana, waste of time. Because this is not the time for vipassana. People can tell you that. No? But when Mahasi came into the picture, the view started to change. Because before that, they think that at this period, the method is lost. Cannot anymore. Luckily, Mahasi came and they started the whole thing. And then they tell you, no, you don't get jhana, you cannot do vipassana, no insight for you. What is this? These people this does not come under wrong view, but wrong ideas. It's bad enough. Wrong view is very bad. Wrong view is don't believe in impermanence, don't believe in karma. Those are wrong views, very bad. Once you have wrong views, not only you cannot progress in vipassana, you also go to lower states. And then comes the important. Yoniso manasikara. Yonisikara is wise attention. This is actually mindfulness. The one that actually controls the mind from wholesome and unwholesome is mindfulness, clarity. And once your mindfulness, your attention will shift from the ayoniso, wrong attention, to the right, wise attention. And this you cannot be so clear unless you're aware of this mental state. Once you are aware of what is this mindfulness in terms of experience, then you can even practice mindfulness in daily life. You go, you work, you take bus, you drive car, your mindfulness, there is wise attention. So you still perform good karma and good paramis. The wise attention also have different limits, different types. There's a wise attention in terms of yonisikara, in terms of vipassana. One of the important things of gaining insight is we put as wise attention. That means the attention is directed towards the vipassana object, towards the realization of anicca, dukkha, anatta, impermanence, suffering, non-self. When attention is very wise, that means carefully aim, like an arrow, like a sniper. You know a sniper? Last time is the arrow, like William Tell, you know. You miss, the sun will have gone. So these two people competing in arrow shooting, yeah. One arrow here, one arrow, the arrow, another arrow, very sharp. Or pinpoint precision. So it's aim at the right point, bullseye. There's only one very small point you cannot see. It goes to exactly that. That's what vipassana is about. Wise attention in things as they really are. Yata Buddha Jnana Dasana. It's just things as they, what is that? Is that. Pinpoint, don't think past, present, future, don't think big, small, just that. Awareness of things as they really are. No concept. Should you get there? Right? But just getting there is not enough. You were able to penetrate it. Suppose you want to shoot a bird, the arrow come, touch the bird, fall. You don't get the bird. You must pierce the bird, and then you get to eat the bird. Just knowing is very good, but you must be able to strong and sharp enough to penetrate it. That means you must have the energy, support of the energy, the faculty, mindfulness, faith, the concentration, all this behind it, so it becomes strong. The wisdom faculty becomes strong, then you can penetrate. So you have to do a lot of walking, sitting, all those, build up all those faculties, energy, faith, concentration, wisdom, all those are. So when you hit the target, so there's the penetrative, wise attention. That means there's a vipassana, mindfulness, vipassana energy, vipassana concentration, vipassana faith, all that. It's called wise attention. You can have that attention, then even in daily life, you can also practice vipassana in daily life. Not just mindfulness in daily life, but vipassana in daily life. Because vipassana daily life, your concentration cannot be so strong, right? Usually it's not so strong, so not that powerful. But your wisdom can be sharp, can be strong, so you can still penetrate as long as you have a little bit of concentration. That's why vipassana mindfulness, vipassana concentration, to get insight does not need so much concentration. That's why even in daily life you have some degree of concentration. You can get some insight. So not just mindfulness in daily life, you experience insight levels in your daily life. This is called wise attention. Then the next one is Dhamma Sakacha. You know what's Dhamma Sakacha? Dhamma Sakacha is Dhamma discussion. Yeah? Do you have Dhamma discussion here in Malacca? Ariga, you, Ed? No? Ong? You got Dhamma Sakacha?
We used to have this adult Dhamma class.
Adult Dhamma class. So adult, they ask questions, you discuss. For example, all about the same level. You better, who better, some are better in different aspects. So you get together and discuss the Dhamma. First you discuss the Dhamma, discuss mindfully, with metta, with all those. Otherwise you end up with quarreling. No, I say this is right. No, you're wrong. I'm right now. There were not Dhamma discussion, there was argument. Dhamma quarreling. Fighting. That happens, it seems, also in what? In the parliament. Parliament people fight a lot. Our parliament, do they fight? Malaysia parliament, do they fight? Quarrel only lah. I asked in Taiwan parliament, they quarrel no? Yes, all the kung fu come out. Some can really fight. India throw chairs, fight with chairs. so-called, do they fight? They quarrel also, they fight with the tongue. The tongue as sharp as swords. Last time there was this thing about the Mahasi method, about the using rising falling. These Sri Lankan monks, they were against the Mahasi method because they say you must have jhanas first before you go to vipassana. And what is this? This is stomach meditation, belly bhavana. So there was this argument, written form, talk about this sutta, this commentary, they all argue. I tak tahu apa lah, I Pali also tak boleh pakai. So you read those things, it can be quite intimidating. Because these people, they read so much, they're so much scholarly, and sometimes they use harsh language, bad, sarcastic language. Of course, the Sri Lankan laws, the Mahasi method, although Mahasi himself wasn't directly involved, there were so many students who are big-time scholars, they can challenge the Sri Lankan, because the Burmese scholars are better than Sri Lankan scholars. Moreover, they have practice. Burmese scholars, they memorize the whole Tipitaka by heart one. Sri Lankan can remember, no? No, cannot. They want high key one. They want high missiles, stronger, fast, more powerful. We are here, small ground, cannot fight with them. We have only this small pocket knife and fight. How Pali, I cannot beat them. How many years of study Pali? Memorize. The Burmese have memorized the whole Pali vocabulary. And they memorize the whole Pali grammatical laws. All they memorize by heart. So they fix everything. You can fix everything. They can play with it. Right? You cannot build your own computer. I'm sure you can build your own computer. I'll tell people this interesting story. I mean, the most innovative people in Europe is who, The Czechs. The Czechs are very innovative, very creative. That in their schools, they have a special class, finding your way out. They will take you and put it in some place you don't know. They tie your eyes and put you in some funny place in the middle of a city or wherever, and you're supposed to find your way out. They have to do all sorts of things, and they find their way out. Put me in the center of Jonker Street, I don't know where to go already. Jonker Street, now I know, I look for the Buddha image shop. I asked the man, well, you put me in the middle of Tokyo, susah lah Tokyo. Saya tak boleh cakap Jepun lah. Boleh. So one day, the other day I was in where, Canary Islands. You know what's Canary Islands? Siapa tahu mana Canary Islands? You know or not? Is it a doctor? Dr. V? Yeah. Where is Canary Islands? I know it's a tax haven. You put your money without, they don't ask any questions. Canary Islands is in Africa. Geographically, it's Africa. Politically, it's Spain. So recently I went to Canary Islands. A friend invited me. It's a favorite place of the Germans. It's a desert island. So we want to look for some place. This place where there are these old pine trees. I said, tengok pokok. We went round and round and round. Tak boleh cari. So finally we went to the town which is around there lah. Okay, we went down. Oh, tak boleh cakap Inggeris, cakap Spanyol, Spanish. So is there anybody who can speak English? Parla inglese. At least I can speak Italian. So Italian and Spanish not too different. They can understand half, I understand half. Hampir-hampir boleh agak-agak. Oh, English. Go there, museum. When you go to museum, got somebody there to speak English. We can tell you something. So we went and look. There's a museum, cave museum of how some people lived in caves in Spain, in those islands. So you ask him, you look at me. You're a monk? Yes, I'm a monk. Oh, I'm also a Buddhist. What do you do? I teach meditation. I also practice meditation vipassana. I said, wow, really? So we become kawan. So in the end, I have to go there and give Dhamma talk. Well, full house. No? Because 1 year they get the teachers come only twice a year. It's not enough. There's more teachers. So anyway, I give the Dhamma talk. They are the offspring of this, I can't remember the name. There was one Thai monk from London. He disrobed, married a French girl. You remember this one? And this is time. He passed away. He went there also to teach meditation. So there was some kind of group there. So I went there and then, this place is not a place. It is a whole area where there are pine forests. But you look for this special place where you have the oldest pine tree in that area. These people, they know all the details. So we finally got to see the oldest pine tree in the Canary Islands. Must cari and ask questions. Then you get the thing. Dhamma discussion. Because some people know more of this part, some people know more of that. In discussion, you share the knowledge. And also you make your mind think, analyze, investigate. Although in vipassana, you don't really think and analyze. At the moment of observation, you don't. But in other things, you have to ask questions to know. It is at a different level of the mind and understanding. This ability to think and investigation builds up a mental habit whereby your mind is an inquiring mind, searching. Even when you're not using concepts, the mind will be sensitive to feel what is there. This is what we call the inquiring mind, the searching mind. We call in Pali Dhamma Vichaya, investigation of Dhamma, all the factors of enlightenment. Then the seventh thing is you need to have the love for the Dhamma, and that means you must be a lot of joy and so on. These are the what you call factors. One, you have the supportive external factors. You have also the internal factors. Supportive factors tends towards external, like friends who discuss, and the right place, and where you can find books and all those things. Then the internal factors, pity, When you have the love for the Dhamma, you keep looking for it because you find make you happy, you find it meaningful, it supports you. You don't have joy, then after a while you give up. So you have interest, you find some benefit, you find some joy and so on. Better than anything. At least got some meaning. After a while you see practically you find that outside thing a lot, meaningless. It's something like a distraction from suffering. From a bigger suffering, you distract to lesser suffering. And people know there are a lot of worries and what to do, cannot sleep. So you take sleeping pill. At least you make your mind numb. What's it numb in Malay? Kuku. Numb, how is it numb? You cannot feel anything. How you say in Malay? Be numb. Cannot feel anything. Like you take opium, you take morphine, you cannot feel anything. Doctor, how you say numb, no feeling in Malay? Kebas. Kebas. Macam and especially vipassana, you need a lot of joy, encouragement, faith. You get some result, of course you'll be encouraged. But sometimes before you get a progress, you have to see a lot of pain and so on. Why would I meditate? I see so much pain. I better go back and drink my coffee. Kopi O. Your kopi O also cold. Your coffee is so bitter. And this is also bitter. Which one is worse? Kopi O is better. Why? Because this one is stronger suffering. This less suffering, Kopi O. In fact, Kopi O is a kind of a drug, So make your mind Kong Kong like that. So a lot of people drown their sorrows in coffee. It's a kind of sensual pleasure, nice smell. A lot of people are addicted to coffee. Your Malacca coffee, tak ada umbra, tak kuat. You know not? Malacca ekchong, tak ada umbra. You must go to Napoli to drink the coffee. You drink a little bit of coffee, head, like somebody dancing your head, doing cha-cha on your head. So they feel very happy, something dancing. All you have to do is finish. That's why people don't know when they go to Italy and they drink coffee. Give you a small cup. You mean that's it? You want to give you so little coffee for so much money? But powerful. Kuan. For me to drink the coffee the first time, I go there. They give me coffee, I drink. Wow, my head also boom. So I take the coffee, throw away half already, 50%, I fill it to the broom. Drink. Still going. So that already diluted, I take away half, then I make it ready, full. Okay, boleh minum. It belongs to the strong Malaysian coffee. So you have stronger faith, stronger joy, and so on. And that's why sometimes you need to do some, like people with a lot of anger, a lot of pain, all those, they need to do a bit of samatha, like metta, chanting, they feel happy, the mind is soft. And then they can at least meditate for some time. And cannot, do again, get some joy. Not everybody needs to do that. Some people, they get a lot of pain. They have to do that. Then the other things like what's called restraint. You have precepts. In other words, you have precepts. Listen properly, listening to the Dhamma, striving, and so on. All this help to. But the most important thing, next thing is your object of meditation is to bring you to your vipassana object. That means your object, you must be always watching the rising and falling of phenomena. Object, a process, rising, falling, rising, falling. You see objects rising, falling, hear objects rising, falling, smell coming and go. Not just know, you can see it coming and going. Your body object rising, falling, body sensation, come and go, come and go. Everything arises and passes away. Even your mind, your thinking comes and goes, comes and goes. That means you're directing your mind to impermanence. So these are some basic conditions to bear in mind when you want to develop your insight into wisdom. And after that, and then when you're more established in this, then you will bear results. And it takes time. That means you have to boil. Boil the water when it's long enough, the things soften, and after that, the results will come. So you have peace, real peace, real meaningful peace. So for the Buddha, peace is parinibbana. Okay. You understand? The main thing about this life is, the most important thing is the wisdom. Next to that is, of course, compassion and metta. But the most important thing, the one that really solves your problems for good, completely, efficiently, is the wisdom faculty. Because the nature and the result of insight is to resolve your problems, resolve the suffering. So there's one thing that you need to really acquire in this life. It's a wisdom from the Buddha's teachings, from vipassana. Because vipassana is the wisdom that resolves and overcomes all sufferings. Because it goes into the root cause, existential cause, delusion, craving, the nature of reality. So that's basically the message of vipassana and of Wesak. Victory. Buddha Jaya Mangala kata Varatire kamabiyu cita sabbarati gorampana lavakamagamata reyaka. So, okay. Any questions? Siapa ada? Yes. You. How come you no question? You belong to the generation of question askers. Oh, doctor, any question? Okay lah, good. At least you make my life easier. Okay, we have a short transference of merits. Idang me punyang asava kayawahang hotu. Idang me punyang nibbanasa pacaya hotu. Idang me bhavanang magga phala jnanasa pacaya hotu. Imang no punya bagang sabba satanang dema idang me nyatinang hotu. Sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu. Sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu. Sukita hontu nyatayo. Etawata jami. Sambatang punya sampadang. Sabe dewa. Sabe sata. Sabe Buddha. Anumodantu. Sabba sampati. Siddhya. Sa.